toying with the idea of going to put eyebrows on, but I really think the way I look right now fits the theme of this video, so we're gonna stick with it. I don't want to hear about it. Hi everybody, welcome back. No, but seriously, hi everybody, welcome back to another video. My name is Michaela, if you are new here. If you're not new here, hi, welcome back. Today's video, oh I spilled water on my shirt, is all about how I am currently healing my relationship with exercise. Now, I know there are a few of you out there who, like me, fucking hate exercise. I'm obviously a plus size woman, I have always been a plus size woman, but I also talk very openly about like my health and my weight and losing weight and loving my body and all that kind of jazz. So I thought I would have just a quick discussion today, hopefully quick, trying not to ramble for too long, about how I'm currently working on healing my relationship with exercise, because me and exercise, the reason I look like this is because I have literally just come back from a walk and I thought it was fitting to literally just sit down as I am, fresh off the back of doing some exercise, to chat about things. Now, feeling pretty good. Only went for a short walk today. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I'm running marathons or anything like that. Literally walked 2 kilometers because my legs are tired today, alright? But we got out and we did it. And that's the main thing. For me anyway, because I love finding excuses to not do things. And I think that's probably the first thing I'm going to have a bit of a chat about, is just getting out and doing it. Because for me, hello chicken, I used to feel, and I do still I suppose, this really big like pressure to just be good and be perfect and be running marathons, you know, lifting the heaviest weights, getting out and being perfect already at this thing that I have almost literally no practice or experience in. And I'm the type of person where if I try something and I'm not perfect at it, hate it, never want to do it again. But we're working on things. So the first thing I've kind of had to do to work on my relationship with exercise is realize that, yeah, it's going to be hard. Actually, the whole purpose of it is that it's designed to be hard. It's designed to push you and make you better and learn a lot about yourself, because I very much do. And the first thing I learned is that I'm exceedingly unfit. But what I mean by all of this is it's okay to do like a little bit at a time. Like today, I walked 2Ks. Takes me like 40 minutes because I don't rush, I don't run, I don't hurry. I like to just take my time. For me, it's about being out there and moving, even if I'm not, you know, setting records every day or pushing the limits every day. Even though that stuff is fun for me once in a while, I do like to know what my body is actually capable of. So sometimes I will go, right, we're gonna walk 5Ks today and we're just going to see how long that takes. But on my daily, like my everyday, my couple of times a week when I get out of the house, is just let's focus on moving our body today, because we know that that makes our mind feel better. And that's something that I do openly talk about, that I struggle with, is my mental health. And unfortunately for me, my hate of exercise, I do actually feel a lot better in my mind if I do get out of the house, even if it's just for a short 20, 30, 40 minute walk. I do like to set goals. So one thing I did is I got a Fitbit. Hold on, where'd it go? I'm not wearing it today. It's probably dead, to be honest. It's not dead, hey! Can't remember the last time I put it on because I wear it on this wrist and I have been healing this tattoo. So I haven't been wearing it lately, because if I wear it on the other hand, it makes me feel violent. But I got myself a Fitbit because that counts my steps. And I went through this phase, kind of go in and out of phases with exercises, and I think everybody does, so I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I'm like so special, so different. But I go through phases of like, at the moment I'm really into walking and I'm trying to walk a couple of times a week, and I think if I stay in this for a little bit longer it'll get more, you know. I was going once and then twice, now I'm going 3 times a week. I never ever try to go every single day, that's just not for me. But I was in a phase where I wanted to count my steps. I wanted to make sure I was doing a minimum amount of steps a day, especially when I was working, because I had a job where I stood a lot but not necessarily walked around a lot. So I just wanted to make sure that I was still moving. Now, at the time of filming this, I'm spending a lot of time at home for various reasons. So there's not really much point me wearing my Fitbit if I'm just hanging out at home. But because I'm getting back into my walking, I am going to start wearing it more once this is healed and kind of get back into that rhythm of getting my minimum amount of steps a day. Now, it was 4,000, and then I had pushed it up to 5,000, 6,000. So I do like a good goal, something that gives me something to focus on, to work towards, but it's never about, for me anyway, being like all the way up here all the time, you know? For my goals, I always start with something that I know is attainable, because if I'm repeatedly failing, like straight off the bat when I'm trying something new, I know that it's not going to make me want to do it. So that's why when I first started with my Fitbit, my step goal was 4,000 steps a day. I was accomplishing that every single day without trying. Moved it to 5,000, it was more like, okay, I'm getting this 6 out of 7 days a week. Once I was getting it every single day, pop it up to something else. And that's just how I work. I know a lot of people will kind of, I mean, if you're talking about steps, they'll go, I want 10k steps every day, straight off the bat, and they'll strive for that. And that's absolutely fine for them. That's perfect for them. It just doesn't work for me. Because I know if I set mine at 10,000 steps every day, I would never ever achieve that. Probably very, very rarely achieve 10,000 steps a day. And then I just wouldn't bother, because I know I'm not going to achieve it anyway, so why would I try, you know? So for me, it's like little steps at a time, doing something that is attainable, but maybe just like enough of a push to keep me wanting a little bit more all the time. And then it feels good. It feels like I'm achieving something while also doing something that's good for me, which is exercising. Speaking of like having something to keep my attention and keep me kind of wanting more actively when I do this, I love to turn exercise into a game for myself, and the number one way that I do that is I play Pokemon Go, and I play Pokemon Go quite a lot for a 30-year-old woman anyway, but every single time I'm out for a walk, without fail, whether it's by myself, whether I'm with somebody, no matter what I'm doing, I am also playing Pokemon Go, because it's, can I get to the next Pokestop? How many Pokemon can I catch? How many points am I earning? All of these kind of things that keep my mind busy, because I need to be like mentally stimulated. But if I'm walking out in public, like not at a gym or something like that, I don't like to wear headphones. It's just my thing. I do not like to not have access to what is going on around me, so I don't like to wear headphones. So I have to find some other way to stimulate my brain, and for me that's Pokemon Go. And for some people I think that might be silly, but for me, when I've got something like an egg that I have to hatch and it's a 5k egg, and maybe I'm at the point where it's like 3k's out of those 5k's, I'm much more likely to, instead of going, oh, I'm really tired today, I'm only going to walk 1k or 1.5k, you know. If I open my Pokemon Go and I look at that and I see, oh, actually, if I go like an extra 500 meters, I'm going to hatch that egg, that's going to make me want that, make me want to do that. So it's all about like bargaining with myself in a way, and I think some people are probably going to hear that and go, Michaela, that is not healing your relationship with exercise. But for me, it doesn't feel like exercise, and that's sort of what I'm aiming for, because I have this like predisposition to just absolutely despise any kind of physical exertion. If I can convince myself that it's not about that right now, it's about something entirely different, and I just so happen to be moving my body while I'm doing it, that works, and that's what I'm focusing on. Eventually, and I think I am sort of getting there slowly, I will look forward to going on my walks for the sake of going on a walk. I have noticed in the last like couple of months or so that I do look forward to the act of getting out of the house, and I feel like that is just adding like another level to it. So before I was purely going because I wanted to play Pokemon, there was no other reason for it, whereas now it's like, oh, actually I am looking forward to getting out in the sunshine a little bit, you know, I'm looking forward to getting out of these walls and walking around, and there's a really, really cute cat that lives in the park near my house, so I go and see the cat a couple of times a week. Oh, I want to bring it home with me so bad. But for me to truly heal this, I don't even know where it came from, man. I just fucking hate exercise. I hate being sweaty. I hate everything about it. Actually, that's a lie. I do know where it came from. I have a lot of anxiety around exercise because obviously, if you don't know me, I do have a heart condition, and when I was growing up, exercise quite often led me to be very, very ill. Not specifically for the act of exercise, but because when I was younger, I was very, very bad at knowing my limits. So I would go and I would have fun, and I would get way too into it to the point of making myself very, very sick. So eventually, I just stopped doing it. I had to be pulled out of a couple of things. I had teachers always telling me to like watch myself, behave myself, and eventually it just became easier to not do it at all. Plus, I have never ever liked running, and for some reason, schools love making kids run. What's that about? Can we discuss that in another video maybe? And I've always been plus size, which for me has always meant being unfit, and I really, really found it embarrassing as a child to always be the person that was last in the race, or, you know, the worst at something, or being left behind. So it was way, way easier for me to just use my heart condition as a bit of a cop-out and be like, can't do it actually, in order to avoid that like embarrassment and anxiety that came along with it. So that very muchly is where this horrific relationship with any form of exercise stems from, and I'm working to fix it by distracting myself with childhood games and cats. Did anybody ask for that absolute lore dump? No, but you've come to my channel, so you should know by now that that's what you get. Subscribe for more trauma. Another thing that's like, it sort of feels like a game, but isn't? Is it? It's not really a game. But it's sort of like along the same lines, is I have joined the Conqueror community. Don't know if you guys know what that is, but I'll show you it. I have the app on my phone. It's basically like these walks, or you don't have to walk it. You can do other forms of exercise, but for me, I walk it. And there's like different themes, different ones all over the world, and it's like trails from all over the world. Like right now, I'm working on the Great Barrier Reef. At the time of filming this, I am 89% through. I have 16.82 kilometers remaining, and at the end, you get a medal. Now, I am so like reward driven, it's not even funny. If I were a dog, I'd be fat as fuck because the treats would be mine. But joining Conqueror has kind of helped me, because not only am I doing like something that I am beginning to enjoy, we'll put that there, beginning to enjoy, but I'm also doing something that comes with like a lasting reward as well. So it's not like, you know, you're exercising until you lose a certain amount of weight and then you're going to reward yourself with like a cheat day or a cheat meal or something like that. You get an actual physical medal, or the one that I've signed up for, you get a physical medal sent to you in the post that you will have forever. That's like proof of something that you accomplished, and that really, really drives me. So like I said, at the moment, my first one ever, I chose to do the Great Barrier Reef because I love the Great Barrier Reef, and I live in Australia, so I thought it was fitting. And it was like 160 kilometers, I think. I chose the short version. We weren't going crazy with the full version, but it's been really good. They do, this isn't a plug, by the way, I'm not sponsored, but if they want to sponsor me, they totally can, because I've almost finished mine and I'm due for another one. Conqueror, hit me up. Anyway, they do like pit stops along the way where you can earn postcards that have like pictures and then like information about the part of the track that you've made it to. Some of them do street views where you can click on it and actually look around at where you are. And then for every like milestone you hit, it's different for every walk, but for every certain amount of kilometers you'll hit a milestone where either they will plant a tree or remove 10 bottles from the ocean for you. So that 100% drives me as well, because I'm about the planet and sustainability and being eco-friendly and all of those things. So not only am I doing something for myself, for my health, I'm doing something for me because I get a medal at the end of it, and I'm doing something for the planet because in a teeny tiny way I'm helping. And that, all of that together is this like massive driving force for me that makes me want to get out and move my ass, you know? Also semi along the same lines is these. Now these are not Conqueror challenges, these are medals from fundraisers that I have done. So the first one that I did was this one here, and it is for the Heart Foundation. It was the Run for Heart. And then just this year I did this one, which was the Starlight Super Swim, and this, both of these were so difficult, but I learned so much about myself. Now you get a medal when you earn $1,000 for the charity, which I'm very grateful to be able to have done. I also donated money myself, so this is from my friends and my family and beautiful people that I know, but also from me kind of like egging myself on and reminding myself to do things. So these are two things that I am so proud of, because they were freaking hard. So for the Run for Heart, I did the equivalent of a marathon. I was supposed to run 42 kilometers and I ended up doing 60, which for me was amazing. It was so difficult for me because I was sick, because I get lazy, I lose motivation very, very quickly. So the idea of having like a charity, especially one that I really fucking care about, which is the Heart Foundation. I'm so passionate about the Heart Foundation. Knowing in my mind that like they were in a way depending on me, because I signed myself up for it, but I pledged that I was going to do this and I was going to raise awareness and I was going to raise this money. It really worked to kind of turn this gear in my head to be like, you made a commitment, you need to do this. And not only did I do it, but I exceeded that by like 18 kilometers or whatever the heck the math is. I'm really bad at math. And that really was a big, big turning point for me when it came to exercise, because it was so hard for me to get through. But by the end of it, I was like, I did the damn thing, you know? And if I can do it for someone I care about or for something I care about, why can't I just do it for myself? Because I care about me too. The Starlight Super Swim was probably more difficult in a way. I only had to do 14 kilometers, but I had to swim it. And I thought I was a good swimmer. And holy shit, did that one almost kill me. Because with my heart, one thing I do struggle to do is swim. I have always swum. I'm a water baby. I used to be part of like a swim club when I was younger. I'm a fairly strong swimmer, but it does make me so ridiculously tired because of the effort that it takes, or like the strain that it puts on my heart. So for that one, there were some days where I literally thought I was dying. I actually almost ended up in the hospital doing that one because of just the like repeated day after day strain. But we did it, and I might have done it on like the last day of the month or the second to last day of the month or something. But it's another one of those things where it was like, holy crap, I accomplished that. And I did the damn thing for someone that I care about, so why can't I do it for myself? And I think I talked about it in my quotes video that I did a little bit ago, a couple weeks ago, and it was the saying of like, treat others the way that... No, hold on. The original quote is treat others how you want to be treated, but the revised quote that I was talking about was treat yourself how you treat those you love. And I'm like, I never want to see, like if I think about my husband or my best friend or my family, you know, I don't want to see them with health issues due to being overweight. I don't want to see them locking themselves inside because they don't want to go for a walk, you know. I don't want to see them unable to enjoy the beautiful earth, because believe it or not, I am a nature girly. I'm just a selective nature girly. And when I think about people that I love not being able to, I don't know, like walk up a hill to see a beautiful view, that makes me really, really sad. So why would I not feel that way when it comes to me? Like Mark and I are actually going to go out this weekend. It's a long weekend this weekend when I'm filming this, and we've already talked about packing up a picnic and going out to the beach, which is like an hour away from here, and there's this beautiful hill that we have climbed one time, and I almost freaking died because I'm so unfit. But that was like a year ago, and I feel like I'm significantly more fit now, so I'm actually really excited to go back there and not only see the beautiful views again and have like a cute picnic lunch with my husband, but see if there have been changes in me from the work that I've been doing. And I feel like that in itself is healing. Like, you don't notice it day to day, and this is probably like a very few and far between one for me, because not often do I like, you know, compare myself to things I've done in the past, because I try not to, because it freaks me out. But on the rare occasion that I do, like, I am excited to go back there and see, you know, am I better at climbing these stairs? Am I going to be as equally out of breath? Am I going to need my inhaler? Because I haven't taken my inhaler in months, which is a huge accomplishment for me. But I guess just really, really, in the scope of things, tiny victories like that mean so much to me at this stage of where I am. And I'm just doing everything that I can to kind of like soak in these tiny little changes and tiny little pieces of efforts that for other people are like, girl, you walked around a corner, you walked up a hill, like, oh my god, get it together, it's nothing to be, you know, celebrating. But for me, it is, and that's okay. So I guess I'm just learning to be like less embarrassed of myself, if that makes sense. And that's so important. It's very, very difficult. I will say I think I've come a long way already, but I have a long way to go still, and that's okay. I am finding that the more I invest in myself, not just with exercise, but primarily with exercise, like the more I invest in myself and put like time and effort and love into myself, the more I am getting back. And it sounds so stupid and so arbitrary because of course I think most opportunities in life are like that. What you put in, you get back out, but we don't often think about ourselves in that equation. So yeah, today I walked 2Ks. Yesterday I walked 3Ks. I think earlier in the week I walked 3Ks as well. You know, it's not far or fast or super often, because some days there is like, yeah, sometimes there is like 4 or 5 days in between when I've last gone for a walk, but I'm still making the effort. I'm still doing my best. I'm still returning to something that I find difficult. And that's the biggest thing for me right now. I'm not just giving up because it's hard or because I'm feeling lazy or the weather's not the best, you know. So, are me and exercise best friends? No. Will we ever be? Probably not. Honestly, I don't ever see myself being a person that's going to be like, oh my god, yay, a run. But what I can do is keep doing what I'm doing. I can keep playing my Pokemon and trying to finish my 151, which for anyone who plays Pokemon, the only one I'm missing is Zapdos, and it's really pissing me off because then I will have the complete finished set of the first 151. And I'll keep doing my Conqueror challenges. I already have my next one lined up because I'm so close to finishing the Great Barrier Reef. I want to do Te Araroa from New Zealand because I've never done that in real life. Why not do it as a medal first, you know? I don't think it's as far either. I think it's only about 80 Ks. So we'll see how we go. And you know what? Maybe next year sometime I'll find another charity to try and help, because this one's the one that makes me feel the best about it, because doing something for yourself is really cool, but doing something for other people is cooler. So yeah, that's me. That's where I'm at with my exercise journey. I'm actually feeling really good after this morning's walk. I don't know whether to have a shower and get changed, or maybe wait until Mark gets home and see if he wants to go for another walk with me. Maybe we can go for a little walk together to the park and then he can see the cat. I'm not convincing him to get another cat. He does not want another cat. I've tried. He doesn't want one. Also, side note, if this t-shirt looks massive on me, it's because it is. This is, oh, it fills the whole screen. This is a t-shirt from when I was like significantly heavier, and now I just wear it to work out because it's a reminder that I have done hard things before and I can do them again. So, besides, I really like this shirt. I just need it like 4 times smaller now. Not to brag. Anyway, that's it for this video. I don't really have a whole lot to say. I just wanted to kind of update you guys and have a bit of a chat about how I'm feeling when it comes to like life and exercise, because I mean, if you guys do watch my videos religiously, you'll know that maybe my weight loss is not going the best right now, but I wanted you guys to know that I'm still here and I'm still trying, even if it's not having like, you know, the best effect all the time. Plus, I do know that some of you on here who follow me, my friends and my family, you are people who have really good advice when it comes to things like this, and I could surely use it. So if you've got anything that you think could help me with just getting out there more and maybe hating exercise a little bit less, I would love to hear it. Whether you've got like tips and tricks for how you get out of the house, or how you push yourself to do it on your down days, or your little tricks like playing games on your phone. Maybe there's another game that's not Pokemon that I could try out. Let me know. Please leave me a comment or send me a message. Find me on my socials. I'm literally on them all the time, and I do my best to answer everybody that I do get comments from. So flick me a comment, leave me a like, and if you want to see more of my content, please subscribe. I upload a video every Sunday at 7 AM Brisbane time, and I would love to see you there. Bye.